Good morning. Um, I really love the work that I get to do, um, especially when people are willing to, what I say, they're willing to play the game. They're willing to ask the tough questions, to go deep, to really explore what's got them stuck or why they can't stop repeating these habits that they don't want in their life. I got an email this morning while I was having my coffee, and one of my clients is on the cusp of a breakthrough. It's interesting, we've been talking about why they don't celebrate, and you've heard me talk about celebration before, and there's a lot of reasons why people don't celebrate. So I never like to assume. I just invite the exploration, live with the question, why don't you celebrate? And I got this message today that it's around shame. And then the question, any suggestions? Isn't it interesting? It kind of put me on this path this morning to recognize how often we judge ourselves. We judge ourselves, we are bad. And that's what shame is. Shame says we are bad. And listen, like scripturally, we have a sin nature, but God created us with love and care. He desires our best. He sings over us. He delights in us. He's put passions and talents and skills in our heart. So while I recognize and understand that we war against these desires that are bad, I don't like to just agree that like we are bad. And so I was talking and going back and forth. And I just want to share today that pain and love are powerful emotions. They're powerful emotions. They can cause us to act and react sometimes without thinking. When we're hurt, we can hurt people and feel justified, and then circle back and feel shame or guilt over having done something against someone else. But pain and love are strong emotions. Shame is judgment. Shame is judgment, and we don't really have any right to judge ourselves or other people because we didn't create ourselves or other people. You know, we don't hold the cards, as it were. That's God's job. God's job. So grace. That's where I think it leaves us. Grace is something that isn't earned. We can't deserve it. It's a gift. And when we are experiencing shame, I think it's an indicator that we might want to start exploring grace. Grace says, I get it. You must be so confused. Maybe you're in pain right now. Maybe you've got some past history that you're having a hard time, that you think defines who you are. And listen, what happened to us, it doesn't define who we are. What's happening to us doesn't define who we are. What we've done, our actions and behaviors, they don't even define who we are. Like God defines who we are, unique and created with a purpose. In his image with dignity. And so if you find yourself stuck, if you find yourself in shame, if you find yourself unable to celebrate because maybe you're feeling some shame like my client was, I just want to invite you to forgive yourself for judging yourself, and then explore and live with what would it look like to give yourself grace instead of judgment. What would it look like to just recognize that, you know, we're all kind of confused some days. We get inside of our head, we act and we react without thinking. And sometimes we even want to do the bad thing. I told my client at one point in time, there was something that I was doing that I didn't care. I kind of knew it was not valuable. And so I just asked God, could you give me the desire to want to change? Because currently I don't even want to change. And so that's where you might be too. And grace to all of us on this journey. It's not simple. It's not easy. It's not one size fits all. There's no silver bullet. But today, how about grace? How about just living with and exploring and experimenting with that? I'll see you guys tomorrow.